Welcome to Simple Software Tutorials. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a custom workflow with your own statuses in Jira. This includes how to create a new Jira workflow from scratch, how to replace the default starting status with one that fits your process, and how to add a placeholder for a story template, all of which will allow work items to move directly between any of your workflow stages. In this example, I will create this job search workflow where we go from interested to preparing to applied to interviewing to waiting to follow up and to closed, and anywhere back and forth depending on how your process goes. So to get started, the first thing we'll do is navigate to Space Workflows. Click on the settings icon and then click on Work Items. From here, if the left side navigation bar isn't open, you can hover to expand it or click on it to pin it open. But from here, you'll click on Workflows. From here, we'll create a new workflow. So to do that, click on Add Workflow and then Create New. Now we're going to give it a name. So I'm going to call mine Job Search Story Workflow. So I'm including story in the name of this because this workflow is going to apply to new stories. And then for the description, I'm just actually going to paste my workflow here just as a reminder of what this is for. So once you have your name and description added, go ahead and click Create. Workflows can be designed in diagram or text mode. So this is diagram mode, this is text mode. I'm going to work in diagram mode just because I think it's a little easier, at least for this part. And I'm going to close the sidebar here because I don't need that taking up room on my screen. And then I just kind of move this stuff around so I can start working from over here. So now if we bring up my workflow again, it doesn't start with open, it starts with interested. So what we're going to do first is we're going to add the first status. And to do that, click on Add Status. And then I'm going to type it in here. And some of these might already be in here. That could be because I've already created them when I've been practicing this, or maybe they already exist. So your experience might be slightly different, but we'll get through it. So the first thing I want to do is add interested, and it's already in here. So I'm going to click on interested, and I'm going to check this box here. So allow transitions from any status. What that does is that lets me move in any direction. It gives a lot of flexibility. So I'm going to check this box, and then I'm going to click Add. So now that interested is added, I want to change that so this is my first step instead of open, and that's real easy. So I'm going to see this arrow here, I'm going to click on this, and now that see that dot there, I'm going to click on that dot, I'm going to grab it, I'm going to drag it over to interested. So now open is just off by itself, and now we go start, create to interested, and any flow can come into this. Now I'm going to get rid of open because I no longer need it, so I'm going to click on it, and then down here click on delete status. So now that is gone. So next what we want to do is we want to go ahead and add the rest of the statuses. So using the same process where we click Add Status and then we type in the status here. Again, it might already exist, but go ahead and click on that. Again, make sure you check this box, click on Add, and then I'm going to just continue adding the rest of them. Now for this example, say I forget to check that box. So I forget to check it, and I'll show you how to resolve that real quick. You'll notice right away that it's outlined in orange. And over here on the right, we'll see the status needs a transition. Up here, it'll say view warning. So it really calls out to our attention that something needs to be done here. And this is really easy to resolve. So if this happens to you, just click on the status that has the warning. And this one, it needs a transition. So we're going to click on incoming and then add transition. And here's where we can make it so it can come from any status. So click on the from statuses, check any status, and click create, and there it is, it's resolved. Now it's time to add the final status, and we're going to end in closed. And same, we're going to check that box. So now we have this process here, and it all aligns. So now what we want to do is check the categories. So there's 3 different categories. There's to do, there's in progress, and then there's done. And you can see that they're color coded here. So you'll notice that this one is a gray color, these are all blue, and this one's green. That's to indicate what the status is for each of them. If any of them are the wrong color, you can click on it. Up here in category, click on this edit icon, and you can change it right here. Now there's a warning here in case you have other workflows, other workspaces using this particular status. You can choose to edit and apply to all of the workflows or just to this one. Just to play it safe, if you got to make this decision, I would choose the second setting here. And since this was already correct, I'm going to click on cancel. I just wanted to show you that. Now there's one last thing that we're going to do here. And this is for my job search tracker project. So what I want to do is I will be creating a template story that can be duplicated and then used to document new job opportunities. So the way this will work is I'll create one template story. It'll contain all the information I want to collect for each job, formatted consistently, so I can ensure that I have all the information I need without having to copy and paste it from an external document or do any crazy setup within Jira for this to happen. So I'm picking one of the easiest pathways to get there. So the way to do this is I'm going to add a templates status. So on our Kanban board, we're going to have columns for each of these different statuses, so then we can drag that story to wherever we are in the job search interview process. Now, the template status is going to be similar but different from these. So we want to be able to have a location where we store our templates, but we don't want it to be necessarily part of this process. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to add a template status. So I'm going to click on add status, and I'm going to type templates. It doesn't exist yet, so I'm going to click on create templates. And then for the status category, we want this to be to do. Now in this situation, we're not going to check this box, so just leave that unchecked, and then we're going to click on add. So now it's just floating here. We have our warning. So I'm going to just set it over here. It doesn't necessarily matter where these all lie. I just like to have them in the same order as my list here. So what we're going to do is we are going to fix this. So I want it connected from interested. So I'm going to click on interested. I'm going to grab this transition here, drag it up to templates, and I'm going to name this store as template. And again, it doesn't necessarily matter what you have entered here. They just want you to enter something. So now I'm going to click create. I no longer have that warning. And now I have this nice workflow here that goes in the order that I want it to. And then I have my template storage space. That's all I need to do for this. I just want to double check. So these are gray, which is correct. That means that they are in the to-do category. These are all blue, meaning they are in progress. And then closed is green, meaning that is a done category. So if everything looks good, we're going to click on update workflow. You'll see this message down here saying that it may take some time to update the work item affected by your recent changes. So if everything looks good, we're going to click on close, and this will eventually show up as an inactive workflow. It looks like it's right here. So this is, again, in your settings. So if you click on settings, work items, it's in workflows. That's where we're at right now. And we're on the inactive workflows tab. And we can see our new workflow right here. Now, the last thing we need to do is we need to assign this to a space. That means that we are able to use that in a space. So it's not enough to just build it. We have to actually tell it where to be used. So what we're going to do now is we're going to navigate to space settings. So click on the settings icon up here and click on Spaces. This should bring you to the Manage Spaces page. If not, it's over here on the left sidebar. Now from here, we're going to find the space on our list of spaces. So this is my job search space. I'm going to star that there. I can't believe I hadn't done that yet. And now in the space URL column, we're going to click on these three dots to open up the More Actions. And then we're going to click on Space Settings. This opens the Space Settings Details page. Now we're going to navigate to workflows for this space. So again, that's on the sidebar. If it's not already pinned open, you can hover over this, and we're going to click on workflows. So now we're going to click on Add Workflow. And since we just built it, we're going to click on Add Existing. And now we're going to locate the workflow that we want to add. So I called that the job search story workflow. And the nice thing is they give you a nice little preview here. So if you are unsure of what you named it, you can see what it looks like right here. So this looks correct. So I'm going to click Next. Now it wants you to assign issue types to this workflow. Remember, I made it for stories. So I'm just going to check story. If you're doing something else, you can apply it to other things, but I only want this to apply to stories. So I'm going to check story and then click finish. So now that I have finished adding that to the space, I need to publish my changes right here. So I'm going to click publish. I don't currently have any work items to migrate, so I'm just going to click associate. If you do have any work items, you might have to map them or make some updates. It'll guide you through that. Okay, so workflow migration is complete. I can click on acknowledge. And now my workflows have been published. What I can see from right here from our workflow scheme is that I have the job search story workflow added for stories, and then this is the default workflow for all the other items. So the next step will be customizing the Kanban board, which I will cover in another video, and I've got links and information in the description below. I hope this was helpful. Subscribe for more tutorials and visit simplesoftwaretutorials.com for step-by-step guides and free resources. Thanks for watching.